friends, our first question for this project is how the adoption center works here.
For getting the answer for this question, we are here in the Shishu home where the adoption center is included. Let us get a few views and pictures and interrogate the staff for a little more information.
Come on, let's go in. Today now we are going to interview Alice Auntie. We'll just find out what she's doing over here. Auntie, what is your work over here?
I work as a coordinator here. They are necessary for the children and take them into the hospital and their food and wherever is necessary. Like, I take that.
Okay. Now, what type of food do you give to the children?
So for babies,
Yeah.
For babies below 6 months, we give lactation number 1, first stage. Above 6 months, and lactation number 2, second stage. And after 4 months, we started with the solid, semi-solid. That is systematic. Gradually, we increase it. After 6 months, we give them boiled egg and Cerelac, like that. Semi-solid leg.
All the children will be having different healths now. Okay? Now, if there is any child which has to be taken for a hospital, so how much will you spend for one visit?
See, that we cannot say. It's, when we are taking them to the hospital, it's in Manipal hospital, consultation is free. So admitting the child, they will give maximum concession. And it's a heart problem, and you will have to give say more than 2 lakhs. So that time they will also give some concession. Rest of it we will have to raise the fund, and ANSA also takes care of it, talking with people, and by people's help we will have to take care of it. And it's this operation. Otherwise, it is like for the blood test and all that, it will come around 1,500 to 2,000 like that. See, now we have the babies, all are health issues, babies like a heart problem and hearing problem and this kind of problems, especially for a heart problem, we have this kind of problem.
And now, Auntie, like
this one, Aishwarya Trust has helped for 2 children. So Anasa has spoken to them and we got some money from them. Otherwise, Manipal helps a lot.
And now, if the baby is adopted, is your job over for there or?
No. We will have to do the follow-up also. Every 6 months we have to do the follow-up. Not like once this babies got adopted, it's not an episode. We have to do a follow-up also how their parents are looking at it.
If you find them now the work is not done properly, do you take care of the child or what do you do?
See, usually it's so far just they are taking care of, and the feedback what we are getting, they are taking care of. Only from 30 years I had one experience. We had to bring back one child when the parents were not taking care of properly. Otherwise, usually they take care of. They get a good report.
And how do you choose a baby for adoption?
Children coming for adoption is they will be abandoned babies or relinquished babies, and we know the child is from unwed mother who is not married, so they are writing and giving in front of child welfare committee. So definitely those children are for adoption.
Okay. I thank Alice Auntie for giving all this information. Thank you so much, Auntie.
Now we would like to introduce Francis Sir, who is a social worker and is in charge of the adoption programs. Sir, please give a brief introduction of the adoption center.
Okay, so those who are deciding to adopt a child, first they should register online. Okay, the website address is www.kara.nic.in. So once they register online, see that procedure also is here already. So they register online and they get a user ID password. They have to upload the documents like marriage certificate, medical certificate, PAN card, Aadhaar card, address proof, income proof, family photo. All these things they have to upload online. Once it is uploaded online, whichever the adoption center they select for the home study report, it will reflect the registration number will reflect in their portal. Then the agency also will contact them for doing the home study report. Then after the home study report, we upload the home study report recommending that parents are eligible for adoption and they are into the waiting list of KARA. CARA means Central Adoption Resource Authority. So there is a waiting list of CARA. That is with regard to the parents. So then they are in the waiting list. When we speak about the children, there are two ways of children coming into the institution, into the adoption center. One is through abandoned children, another one is surrender. So now, what is abandoned? Abandoned children are those who are left in the public places. For example, you also like few months back in Kerpuram government hospital, a child was left abandoned. So like in those cases, what the police people, the child helpline, those people refer to Shishu Mandir, okay, Shishu Mandir, or they will refer to government homes. Then they will admit the child through CWC, Child Welfare Committee. They will admit the child, and once the child is admitted, if the child is abandoned, we have to do FIR, okay, at the concerned police station, and after that we have to also do the newspaper advertisement. In case anybody is claiming the child, they have to claim the child within 2 months. After which the child, they will not get the child. The child will go into adoption. Similarly, the surrendered child also, for example, especially unwed mothers, and also those who have very difficult situations, maybe they have no children, they want to give up on their baby. So in those cases, they also have 2 months of time. If they want to claim, if they have child, now they have given up the child for adoption. If they want to take back the child, they also have 2 months of time. They can also take back the child. So that is regarding to the children. So then after 2 months of this one period, window period, the child will be made available for adoption online. Initially we register also. Once the child gets legally free for adoption, we upload the details of the child online again, and the child will be available online at CARA portal. Then according to the seniority wise, the date of registration will be considered for seniority for parents. Now let us say the parents all over India, they have registered. And for example, now I am staying in Tamil Nadu. Now I have registered, and I can select any 3 states in India. I can also select Karnataka. Though I am in Tamil Nadu, I can select Karnataka, I can select Kerala, I can select also Tamil Nadu. So the waiting number, whichever the number goes down. For example, now I have selected 3 states. Now let us say in Kerala my waiting number is going down. So then I get a message saying within 48 hours reserve the child. So that time they will show online the photograph of the child, medical report of the child. Then if I like the child, I have to reserve the child within 48 hours. When I reserve the child, I will get the complete details of the child with the medical reports, and also where the child is staying at present, all the details where we need to contact the child, contact the adoption center, and do the next procedures. So for example, now I can also show you the charts that are displayed here. So this is with regard to the parents registration and their home study report. See, for example, here registration of the PAPs in carings. So within 30 days they have to upload the documents. If they don't upload the documents, it will get cancelled. Then after that they have to select also SAM. SAM means Special Adoption Agency. Then after that the Special Adoption Agency, they have to visit their house and they have to see the situation of the surrounding, and they have to counsel to the parents, and they have to see the surrounding area, talk to the neighbors and meet the relatives. Then after that the home study report will be uploaded. See, once the home study report is uploaded, there is a waiting list of CARA. Then it comes for the prepare and uploading the HSR by SAM. Then after matching of the child by PAPs by CARA in carings, that they have to wait. They have to wait for the seniority. Then they get allotment, matching of the child, so they reserve the child within 48 hours. Then visit to the concerned agency of the PAPs to accept the child before adoption committee. There will be an adoption committee, though they have reserved and they will submit all the required documents. Then adoption committee consists of district child protection officer, the head of the institution, and also one doctor, pediatrician. So then after that the child will be given under pre-adoptive foster care. So once the child is given under pre-adoptive foster care, then and here say there will be MER CSR. MER means medical examination report. CSR means child study report. So once it is signed by the parents, it is like they are giving acceptance that they will accept the child as the child is given. So once it is accepted, the parents' documents and also child's documents will be filed. File adoption petition by sign the consent court. So for example, here in Bangalore, we file at the Mayo court. So once it is filed within 60 days, that is within 2 months, we get the court order. Once we get the court order, the 10 days posting of the court. So that's about the court, how many days it will take. Then once you get the court order, you apply for the birth certificate. Birth certificate will be issued in the name of the adoptive parents. It will not be mentioned adopted or anything like that. It will be normal birth certificate. Then after that, we also need to upload the birth certificate, court order, all these things in online on card. Okay, this is with regard to the adoption procedure from registration to this one for the parents. Whereas for the, as I earlier explained to you regarding the abandoned and surrender. Abandoned child means it is like left abandoned. There are no claimants, nobody will be there. So for that child, what is the procedure we should follow? Like for example, now let us say we have taken a child, an abandoned child was left abandoned. We have admitted the child here. In case there are claimants, we do FIR and also newspaper advertisement. In case any claimants are there, they should come and they should claim the child. So when they claim the child, we cannot immediately give. Okay, then we also do the court will also ask for the DNA test. So after the DNA test, if the DNA test is matching, then surely give back the child. Otherwise, child will be placed for adoption online on the cases. Then child will be referred to the parents, those who registered according to the system.
What is the percentage of the adoption per year, sir?
Here actually, at least past 5 years, we can see around 20 to 25 between that children. So many children will go for adoption. And we also have inter-country and in-country. Inter-country is foreign adoptions. So, very few. Foreign adoptions are very few, especially the special needs children will go to the foreign adoption, foreign parents, special needs children.
In what situations are the babies adopted?
Normally, most of the parents, they would like to adopt a healthy child. Okay, normally. Very few like to adopt a special needs child. Special needs child means health challenges. Like for example, we have now so many babies who are special needs right now. We have a child with a heart problem, heart surgery, then one more eye and the problem. So like that, we have so many special needs children at present. So normally the parents choose the healthy kids, but there are parents also who are willing to adopt a special need children, not fully special need. Some considerable special need children they are willing to adopt.
We thank you for spending your time on giving information about the adoption centers.
Now we are going to interview Padmavati auntie and ask what is her experience in Shishu home.
ఆంటీ మీకు ఇక్కడ అనుభవం ఎట్లుంది?
దాన్ని బట్టి మా అమ్మ సరే చూస్తుంది ఈ మంత్ అనేది మా అమ్మకి నచ్చింది వరకు. ఇప్పటికి 93లో వచ్చిన నేను. ఇప్పటికి ఏదో కొంచెం 2018 8 ఏళ్ళు నేను వర్క్ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాను. అయినా నేను చేయాలని ఆశపడతానే కానీ నేను చేయకూడదు, నేను ఇప్పుడు ఆలోచన చేయకపోతే.
మీకు ఎప్పుడైనా కష్టమో అనేది వస్తే మీకు పిల్లలతో ఉండడం ఎట్లా అనిపిస్తుంది?
హ్యాపీగా ఉంటుంది. చాలా ఎంత కష్టం వచ్చినా ఎంత దుఃఖం వచ్చినా హ్యాపీగానే ఉంటుంది. నా మనసు హ్యాపీగా బిడ్డల దగ్గర చేయాలంట. ఎంత దుఃఖం వచ్చి ఏడ్చుకొని వచ్చినా కూడా నాకు అంత ఫ్యామిలీ విషయంలో నాకు శిశు మందిర్ చాలా బిడ్డలు బట్టి హ్యాపీ.